Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Happy Friday! We are back for some more Lego building. And before we get started on the Minas Tirith, we have both the gift with purchase that came with it and the recent castle sea serpent. We're going to build this one first. This was part of a Lego Ideas contest to basically remake an old classic set. I did submit a design, but you may notice something about both of these. There is a slight similarity. 1, 1, 2, 2. I think on sets of this size, they have a strict limit on minifigs, and I definitely put in a lot more minifigs than that. So, I think that was always going to be a write-out because of that. Which is disappointing, because it was pretty cool. Oh well. It's your loss, everyone, because it was a really cool design. Although this is a pretty cool design as well, so I can't begrudge it. Surprised that it has plastic bags, actually. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. More minifigs, I know. The original version, the set that this is based on, had 5. So, a little bit of a step down in that regard. But we have a nice new cloth sail, which is very nice. So I didn't get this new when it came out, but I did get it later on, although it was pretty gross and disgusting, and I cleaned it but never actually put it together. So I don't actually know if my copy is complete. Meet Damien Hallowell, a LEGO Ideas Grand Prize winner. Say ahoy to Damien, LEGO Ideas name Hallowed Brick 02, and get ready to board his winning model from our Twist of Nostalgia Challenge. I joined LEGO Ideas because I've always enjoyed seeing what others build. I like in the cool creation section of the old LEGO Club magazines. Turning a bucket full of bricks into different ideas is what makes LEGO building so special. Supporting other fans and maybe seeing their sets in stores is awesome. Pirates, Castle, and City ships have some of the most fun LEGO sets I've built. So the 6057 Sea Serpent, 1992, seemed perfect for a remake. And taking part in the design of an official LEGO set is a childhood dream. I'm so thankful to everyone who supported this idea and helped carry out this dream. Okay. Maybe it is a fire ship? I don't think so. I just knocked something over. Alright. One of the other neat things about it, though, is that it does have a new printed shield. This is the shield from... the shield mold from the Zelda sets. But, of course, the print is different. Go ahead and zoom in on that. It is a variation on the old Black Knights design. Although more dark blue than classic blue. And here is the sail design, which is the same dragon. Pretty different. It's actually a wyvern, because it only has 2 legs. Alright, there's our heads, there's our torsos, helmets, legs. There we go. Don't have any neck bits for them. So how's everyone doing today? I do find it interesting that they put the mold on, so you're holding it like this rather than this, which has always been, well, not always, but it's been the classic design for this. And one of the reasons is, you'll notice, let's zoom in here. you'll notice a little notch on the inside there. Let's actually put this over white so you can see. There's a little notch there. And the reason is so that you can do this. Like the large shields, the oval egg-shaped shields, they would be upright if you did this. This you have to do like this to get it to be on. So it's interesting. I don't know why they did it that way. The round shields can be either way, so like out of habit I usually put them on like that. Had some rain and thunder earlier. Yeah, we're supposed to get some tomorrow. But I think it's supposed to, like, herald more of the Canadian smoke, so we'll see how that goes. And with this, we make a rather short halberd. Not as cool as the old halberds, unfortunately. Howdy, Farron, how's it going? These are really nice torsos, though. Hopefully these torsos will be in Lego Pick-a-Brick. And the shields. I think that would be really awesome if so. Good way to make a good number of these guys. There we go. So we start with some side studs. I'm not sure if this is still available, but it's a very, very good gift with purchase, I think. Although it was a fairly high value. But it's a good-looking set, has new printed parts, has a new cloth part. So pretty nice. And more castle is always welcome. Okay, got that on there. More side studs. So I hope everyone is taking precautions with the smoke. Keeping yourself safe. You know, if there's smoke in your area, of course. Which there is where I am. It's not as bad as some other places, but it's not great. So I'm just staying inside. I'm not going to go out in there, in that garbage. Right. 2x6 plate here. And I think this is just for spacing purposes and stuff like that. There we go. Get that there on the front. Air quality index 270 at the moment there. Yeah. Yuck. That is most definitely stay the heck inside weather. I think it was 240 around here not too long ago. It did dip down a bit. I think the winds shifted slightly. But I think the cold front coming in is like supposed to bring in more of the Canadian air. Oops. I suppose it would help if I put a plate there like it calls for. There we go. So these are nice curves that match up there. It's very nice. It was 470 earlier this morning. Wow. Yeah, that is stay the heck indoors and only go out with a mask on. Jeez. I heard it was like 700 something in Detroit yesterday. Come on, get that on there. Thank you. Dug out a filtered painter's mask in case you need to go out. Good call. Alright, now we get some brown deck plating here. Actually, we want to turn that around there. There we go. And there we go. And then these guys. Kind of surprised they didn't just use the 2x4 one. I wonder if that means that these were in production and the other one wasn't. There we go. Alright, at the front, 1x4. Yeah, one of these, but in brown. Alright, get some hardtack, clack clack. There we go, hardtack. You only have one ship's biscuit, though. It's great. Another tasting history view, you say. Yes, tasting history is great. It is pretty amazing what he has managed to build there with that channel. Okay, and this goes back here. So we get a lid there. A house built on a foundation of garum. Yep. All right, so spare parts, brown 1x1 cylinder tile, a warm tan 1x1 cylinder tile with cookie print, and a Gladius in silver. All right, bag number 2. All right. I should really make more of his recipes too. I've only made a few, and only one of them has come out well. Clearly, I need to get the cookbook then. Yeah, I probably should. I have been thinking about it. Alright, so we got the D side studs here with bars with clips. And that goes right there. But I also need to figure out what would be good ingredients to substitute for some things. I'm not sure that I want to eat garum, or even the modern equivalent. Okay, so get that hinge there, and that hinge there. Another double stack here. Just have some Worcestershire. I'm not sure that it's quite the same thing, even though it's made similarly. And, I don't think I've ever actually had Worcestershire sauce, anyway. I mean, it is the worst, for sure. On the other hand, now I want to make Bratwurstshire, which is, you know, bratwursts in Worcestershire sauce, even though I don't think that I'd like either. Surely someone has thought of that, though, right? Okay, there we go. Gold 1x1 cylinder tiles. 2x2 tile with center stud. One by 8 tile. 1x8 tile. Then some wedge plates. I guess these are gonna. I guess the ore is gonna go in there. And then some half inverted arches. Part of the problem is like buying ingredients for things that you have to buy in larger larger amounts than you know you'd use. And then if you don't like it, like what do you do, you know? The nice thing about the lighthouse corn chowder that I make is that A, I make a lot of it and it stores pretty well. Although I have discovered the cheat hack of make it around Christmas when my sister and her kids are in town, and there ain't going to be any left over. It's a nice cheat hack. But basically everything for that, you just use up what you buy. Okay, this is back here. Like, you have a whole bottle of fish sauce, and it's like, great. I needed 1 tablespoon of this. What do I do with the remaining quarter gallon? Yeah. Especially if you don't like it. Alright, so we cover this with gold bars. Howdy, Gnosis Doc. How's it going? So it looks like they're transporting some treasure. Is this a ship? Yes, this is the Lego Ideas Gift with Purchase Sea Serpent. It was a contest that I submitted an entry for, but did not win. So I wanted to build this since it's very new. You know, give people an opportunity to get this, you know, if they want it. I'm not sure if it's still available on Lego.com. Probably not. But it will still be available aftermarket, and it won't have skyrocketed in price yet. I mean, it might be still expensive, but... Oops. I assume that was in the middle, and I was wrong. There we go. Oh. And we need that. And that. There we go. Well, of course I would tell you. Like I told you guys to vote, like I would have told you guys to vote for mine if it got into the finals, which it didn't. I would have put up a video about it. Cause heck yeah, I want to win if I get into the finals. I actually had someone just like a couple weeks ago comment on that design, how much they really liked it, even though the contest has been done for a while. So that was really nice. You need to pre-order the Derpy Cat set for your daughter. It's probably going to sell out quick. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's from K-pop Demon Hunters. That's the K-pop Demon Hunter set. I mean, it'll sell out quick, but it'll also get back in stock, so... Yeah, not that long ago, Rovaljax, because it was just like a week ago that it was available. Oops. Don't bend that. That is not great. I felt that flex, and I'm like, ooh, no. There are also going to be minifig at K-pop Demon Hunter. Might be mini doll, though. One or the other, I'm not sure. Or maybe both. K-pop Demon Hunter sets next year. So you know, if it's for your daughter, wink, get ready. I don't have kids to blame my Lego purchasing on. Okay, so these are outboard steering oars. All right, spare parts. We've got a gold lattice window pane, 1x2x2 window, a black lightsaber hilt, and a gold 1x1 cylinder plate. Oh yeah, they were asking about that, and I think they did get it aftermarket. It did have a pretty high threshold. I think it was $180. Netflix and Sony dropped the ball K-pop Demon Hunters merchandise. It's a year later, and they are barely getting stuff out. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it takes a while to ramp it up. I'm imagining that they didn't expect it to be the giant hit that it was. But I'm also surprised that they haven't announced like more K-pop Demon Hunters. Although maybe they have and I just missed it. I don't know. Seems like a shoo-in for getting a series after how popular it was. No, I have not watched it. So maybe there's a good reason, but it's not like that has ever stopped series before. But yeah, I mean, LEGO has missed the boat with some licenses before, having things come out well after the thing, and it didn't do well. So I'm kind of surprised. You'd rather see Witch Hat Atelier merch stationary sets? That'd be cute. Now, I will say also that there are more anime licenses coming from LEGO. Japanese stationery is exquisite. Be great to see that kind of thing over here. Yeah, especially with shipping prices these days. Shipping and import prices. Ugh. Okay, there we go. I mean, it does also take time to get things made, but I'm just surprised that nothing's been announced yet. Alright, that is, yep. 2x2 corner plates, corner tiles. And then we get a rear flag. Oh, they did announce a sequel. Okay, I just missed it. Okay, one single coin inside the barrel. Get the top on. And a gold chalice, which is nice to actually get gold chalices rather than just yellow. There we go. One by one cylinder bricks. They really didn't expect the show to be a hit at all, so the sequel is having to start from square one. Yeah. Yeah, I could tell that they were not expecting a hit. Howdy, Minor Trader. How's it going? So not until 2028 or something? Well, hopefully they don't miss the boat on that. Because while I haven't seen it, I know a lot of people who like it, and I know that a lot of young girls who like it. That's pretty important. There we go. I like the castles, the forecastle and the stern castle. Okay, axle connector there. Another axle connector. And a friction half pin on the end. And I assume a 1x1 cone. Yep. Okay. Get that right there. Not that there's a whole lot of space in the forecastle to do anything, but what are you going to do, right? A 10L axle. Kind of a shame that it's not brown, but I suppose I understand why. I suppose. Alright. Get you on here. Get a black half bushing. Then a cone. And let's just get these back up so that they are there. Yes, brown axles do exist. They're not super common, though. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how... Okay, yeah, that would go around the broad end, but I'd rather not flex that if I don't have to. Let's just do this. There we go. Come back here. Yeah, I want to say that I got brown axles on something like Sop with Camel or something like that. There we go. A white 3L bar up there. And get the flag on top. And right in there. It goes. There we go. You could actually kind of furl the sails, I think. Okay. Being harder to do than I wanted. Get that off. Okay, it doesn't furl that well, but you could do it. Oops. And you could also slide it up a bit to make it look like it's billowing more a bit. But we'll get it all the way down. There we go. Alright, spare parts. White 3L bar. Brown 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. Black half bushing. Dark gray Technic half pin with stud. And a gold 1x1 cylinder tile with crown print. There we go. And pushes them to the side, so... There we go. Get him there. Get the captain up on stern castle. There we go. It is a very nice little boat. Little ship. I like it. And the mast will turn to catch the wind. So it's very nice. There's a secret compartment there. There's that there. And you can open this up to see other treasure back there. So very nice. All right, so that was the sea serpent. Oh, it actually has the shields up there, which is definitely something you could do. All right, now we have Grand. That's all it's called. It's just called Grand. It's not even Grand Peak Smasher. Ugh. Obviously the better Grand. Rankin Bass Grand was better? Well, it's not hard for Rankin Bass to be better at any of that. Not necessarily because the Peter Jackson stuff wasn't good, but because the Rankin Bass stuff was just so good. There's one. There's two. There's three. We'll leave this up here. And I mean, Brother Theodore was always the better Gollum, even more so today. All right. So we get one of our orcs. Where can you find the Rankin Bass adaptation of Hobbit? So it's only the Return of the King. You get the Hobbit and Return of the King. There is no adaptation of the first two, and I think part of that is because of the Bakshi Lord of the Rings, which was like Fellowship of the Ring to halfway through the Two Towers. But I know that they're on HBO Max right now. Well, at least The Hobbit is. I don't know about Return of the King. I'd have to look. It was all the way through the Two Towers? Okay, I've only watched it once, but I vaguely recalled it only being halfway through. It felt like if you were to watch the Bakshi Lord of the Rings, followed up by the Rankin Bass Return of the King, there's like a good chunk missing between the two. Yeah, I didn't like the rotoscoping. Like, there were interesting designs in it and stuff like that, but I didn't like the rotoscoping. So here we have an orc. So how is he even more so? What changed to Circus's Gollum? Nothing changed to his portrayal of Gollum. What changed is him. Or at least mask off kind of thing. I mean, I will at least give Bakshi's Lord of the Rings this. It was ambitious, and it's interesting. But it's no Rankin Bass. Yeah, it's been quite a while for me. I don't really have any strong memories about it, just not really caring for it. It did, yeah. But there's also a lot of positives to say about his ambitions and what he tried to do. Still need to watch Fire and Ice. I haven't seen that one yet. It was played to fill in before summer vacation, so your brain was like, you don't care about this, just let me have fun on the computers in the math lab. Well, I've loved the Rankin Bass Hobbit since I was a wee child, so... Alright, so we have a brown tooth element there. Two-tooth element. Oh, weird. I mean, my main issues with Peter Jackson is just that they get, like, overly cinematic in a bad way. Finding a good copy of the Rankin Bass Hobbit is really hard. I mean, it was made for TV. It is not exactly the highest of quality initial productions. I have a decent DVD. I don't know if it's been out on Blu-ray. The Hobbit? Oh yeah, The Hobbit has great songs. And, like, because I watched it so much as a child, I'm pretty sure we taped it off of TV or something like that. And I watched the crap out of that. When I see John Huston in a movie and he speaks, I'm like, that's wrong. He's supposed to look like Gandalf. My brain's just like, there's something not right here. He's not cell animated. Man, I wish we'd got Guillermo del Toro's Hobbit. What could have been? Okay, so... No, that's on the bottom, alright. So there, and there, alright. And... there, and there. Alright. That's a pretty nice way of doing it. That said, I think I would probably just put... it might be kind of hard to do, but I don't know. I don't think it was that, but it might have been. I don't know. But I don't think Peter Jackson really wanted to do it in the first place. And he was just kind of reluctant to take it on. Alright, turn it around, and we get dark gray ones here. 1x4. But yeah, so Andy Serkis is apparently doing a new Gollum-related, I think, Lord of the Rings thing. And he was asked why the only announced actors so far were white, and he said something along the lines of, I'm not making a politically correct movie, and it's just like, ooh boy, okay, understood. Thank you for pulling your mask off, sir. Oh yeah, we are doing 2 of these, right? Yep. Alright, 1x1 plate with clip. One by one plate with clip and rounded corner. Yeah, I guess I'd miss the news of like some of the other stuff that he's done, like Animal Farm last year that apparently missed the point of Animal Farm. So just kind of stuff. Media isn't supposed to have a point. Sure, we'll go with that. All right. In there, in there. There we go. In there, in there. There we go. They're making content, not art. I mean, you can make content that still has a message, or content that is still artistic, or content that isn't garbage. All right, flip it around. There we go. Get these 1x2 plates with Technic holes. Red Hyena subscribed. Thank you very much. Hope everyone's breathing well. Epic build here. How many streams do I estimate this is going to take? Hard to say, but probably at least 5. It's got close to 6,000 pieces. And of course, I'm starting out here with 2 gift with purchases that aren't actually part of the build. One of which isn't even related. I just wanted to build it. There we go. Okay. Now we get these. And yeah, I'm breathing well by staying inside, especially since I am worried about my lung health. Alright, so this goes on the inside here. Okay, and chain up here. Actually, I have turned around a bit. Grateful for AC, as am I. Although I'm kind of realizing that I should have turned it down a little bit before I got started. It's like having a whole bunch of lights pointed roughly at me warms me up or something. Weird. Alright, spare parts. Black friction pin, dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate, and black 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. Upgrade your AC with a +1 humidifier? Do you mean a dehumidifier? Because you generally want the humidifiers in winter, not summer. And then you'd want that on the heating system, not the AC. No worries, no worries. Alright, bag number 2. Yeah, I've had to get humidifiers for winter. Also, if you're getting smoke where you are, depends on where you live, you need a humidifier year-round. That's true. You are in, what, Utah? I can understand that. I would probably be okay in summer there, humidity-wise. I get very, very dry in winter. Winter's around the corner? It's not right around the corner. Speaking of not winter, I don't know if I should announce this yet, but Zerfall has tentatively said first or second week of weekend of August will be the charity stream. So, clear your calendars for 12 hours of fun. Technically 16, because I will be streaming before that with D&D. I mean, really, who needs sleep, right? Fingers crossed I don't have a flood this year. Any idea what we will be streaming? Not really. I mean, a lot of it's going to be the usual stuff. You know, Jackbox, TKO is always popular. Stuff like that. Maybe if it can be gotten working, the Rift Tracks game. So, first or second, Lord Canis? You don't sleep, you just blink extremely rapidly for 8 to 12 hours? So fast you can't even tell? I mean, various party games is going to be is basically a guarantee. What exactly it'll be, I don't know. I only got to see like half of last year's games. I'm sure they'll delay the bike ride, if it is still extremely smoky. I mean, they're talking about delaying, or like they're talking about whether it's safe to play the final World Cup. So I don't know about Mario Party because that would require everyone to have a Switch. Well, I guess it wouldn't require everyone to have a Switch. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know if Zerfall has a Switch. Okay, that is correct. It is much more likely to be the first than the second, Lord Canis. You guys are asking me for things that I can't answer. I don't know. Hey, if I could predict the future, I would be doing some lotto stuff right now. This one, Vigistry, is for raising money for the MS Society of Canada to fight multiple sclerosis. And there's been some very, very good breakthroughs. Jeez, I got both of these wrong. Some very good breakthroughs recently, which is extremely good news. An aunt of mine many years ago passed away from MS, so it is one of those things that basically only an act of God, like last year, could keep me away from. Knock on wood. I don't know that I have any good wood here to knock on. No, I mean that was like a 1,000-year rainstorm. I got over 4 inches of rain. I have been keeping a close eye on every rain we've gotten since then, and like the worst has been like a little bit over an inch, and nothing happened. So, I'm fairly confident. I have a ship made entirely of plastic Lego wood. That's true. This would also be made entirely of plastic wood. Oh, let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see if I could do some other Lego wood. Hold on. Okay, alright. See, these are Lego trees. There we go. Hopefully that gets through the plastic pine needles. I love those trees. There's a reason why I have so many of them. I just need to actually do something with them one of these days. Could build a kick-ass Christmas village with those? That's true. It is true. Although they wouldn't be covered in snow. You posted the Rankin Bass Grand scene in Discord? All right. I will check that out after the stream. The Rankin Bass, Hobbit, and Return of the King have special places in my heart. I love them deeply. I think the scene with Bilbo and Smaug is much, much, much better than the Peter Jackson equivalent scene. There we go. Still, it's not as cool as Grand Peak Smasher. Okay. So now, I get this. I don't even think that's the issue. It's more the way that Bilbo is played. And, like, they're all great actors. I mean, I actually have no idea. Like, I haven't really seen Richard Boone in other things. I know he's primarily a singer, or was. I don't really have much to say about him. I just think it's better directed. I mean, the thing for me is that throughout that scene in the Rankin Bass, Bilbo is overconfident. Overconfident is the key. And the Peter Jackson, he is frightened. Now, I mean, obviously he is in front of a gigantic, fearsome dragon, but kind of the point is that, like, he's got this invisibility ring. That's why he takes it off. Because he's overconfident. And that kind of gets the Lakemen in trouble. All right, so a very cool piece here. This is new this year. Go ahead and zoom in. And unfortunately, it's black, which will make it a little bit harder to see, but although that does reflect the light pretty well. This is a tile slope, 1x1 tile slope, but it's a corner slope. So now we can actually use these slopes to make corners, and there are 1x4 versions as well. So that is very, very cool to get. And this is being used as the nose. Yeah, I like Richard Boone's voice in that as well. I think that the digital depth they gave Cumberbatch's voice was not very good, but that's more again, that's not really on Cumberbatch. He's not speaking that deeply. That's post-processing. Like, both of those actors are good, and they've acted against each other. Admittedly, they were definitely not together at the time, probably. But it just, has a completely different tone in the Rankin Bass. Okay, so that goes right there. Holy cow. Look at all these extra parts. Alright, spare 1x1 cylinder plate in pink, 1x1 cylinder plate in dark gray with hollow stud, 1x1 cylinder plates with bar in red and black, 1x1 plate in dark gray 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, a dark gray 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and a 1x1 corner tile slope. Very cool. What was the pink piece for? Spacing. It's right there. It's completely hidden. It just fills that out. And it's a little interesting because they could have used a 2x3, but that would have been a new piece because they had these in here already. They love putting pink pieces in as spacers because they stand out. That's one reason. Me, I'm all for it. I don't mind this design. I don't know how common it really was to make the like battering rams have an appearance, but it's definitely something that, you know, an idea that has been around. So they stand out until they're hidden, right? But it allows you to space things out well. So sadly, he does not have a quiver of arrows. It's very annoying. These ears are a lot bigger than the elf ears, which is also interesting. I don't have enough of the Lord of the Rings sets to know if this is a reused. Actually, let's see. That does appear to be dual molded, so I don't know if that's new or not. But we got another orc. Now, I do hate this sword. Like, I really hate this sword. So, there's that. But some interesting decorations here. There we go. Always nice to get more orcs and goblins and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, if you're already building something around it to like protect the troops, then some of the people might take it upon themselves to decorate it and name it. I don't have a problem with that. Howdy, Sealan. How's it going? Is that an Uruk-hai sword the helmeted guy has? Yes. Yeah, and I hate them. They're a really terrible sword design. They would be extremely cumbersome and difficult to use and difficult to swing. They're not even great chopping weapons because they would pretty easily get stuck. That's part of the problem. They would make good crowbars, though. I don't know if they would. I don't know. They might be too thin. Alright. There it is. Yeah, well, I mean, I think this is designed to fit with the Minas Tirith set, and they just like to give minifigs, so... Saruman should have bred some good Uruk-hai blacksmiths, yeah. Yeah. Definitely the case. Alright, we got 1x1 peak slopes. Dark gray. Was actually designed to function as a back scratcher. Maybe for a troll. Okay, there we go. Alright, that is going... Oh, okay. So we got the bison horns. Right there, 1x1 cylinder plates for some back claws. It's kind of a neat little design element here. Okay, and then the front ones get 3 of them. People designing these movies only have passing knowledge of what a wolf looks like. I mean, it doesn't have to be accurate. Like, it's artistic. Further evidence they made the wargs hyenas. No, it actually props up on the claws. I like that. I mean, it is still a battering ram, remember. It's not actually an artistic representation of a wolf. It is just a battering ram that is an artistic representation of a wolf. Okay, and then we get some fire billowing out. The fire is actually my big problem with it. Because to get fire in there, you know, you'd be losing some structural stability and stuff. And then what's the point? It's not like it breathes fire to burn things. Alright, a 6L axle in there. That is going right there in the middle. There we go. I see what this is for, though. All right. get that on there. Get that right in there. There we go. Okay, chain right here. Chain right here. Okay, then we get the chains onto the battering ram itself. Okay, so there was this this gap here, and that is going to rest in between the that part. Let's make sure that we got this all right. This one's a little tangled. Well, I can't test it against the gates because I haven't made it yet. I haven't made Minas Tirith yet. Okay, this one's a little tangled as well. There we go. We want it to swing freely. So you can do this to move it. Not that it moves very far, but that's okay. Not exactly sure what that meant. I guess doing that? Alright. Next up, we get lots of wheels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, get some wheels on here. The wheels on the ground go round and round. I just said that, Vigistry. There we go. Rolls a bit. And then we get some black bison horn toppers here. But I will note that there is no roof on this. No siding either. Which is not very smart, but then again, we are talking about Lord of the Rings orcs here. John Lennon saying the wheels on the bus go round and round? I had no idea. All right, there we go. I know that. I'm joking. All right, so that's it. All right, so spare parts. We got a clear 1x1 cylinder plate with underclip. We got 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs in trans orange and dark gray. A 1x1 peak slope in dark gray. We've got bison horns in tan and black. A gray Technic pin. And a trans orange feather flame element. So, and this is Grand. We can get it to swing. you know, motorize it. Just get that piston action going against the gate. But yeah, no roof, no siding. The orcs using it would not be very safe. I wonder about the wheels, because I feel like if you swung it back, it would, like, it would push it backwards doing that. Bust down the gates of that Lion Knight's castle now? Definitely can't. This definitely cannot get up to them. Also, considering that it has a drawbridge, more difficult. But this is Grand. This is kind of a fun build. I like this. I think that I would have, like, done it like this instead and had this be, like, the top. I think that would fit with this cantilever structure better, but still a interesting set. And, of course, we get 2 more orcs, which is always fun to get more non-human minifigs. All right, so we got 3 boxes like this. So let's go ahead and get it open. Start with the first one. I'm assuming that each box will correspond to an instruction booklet. I also have no idea how tall this is actually going to be and how difficult it will be to fit on the table as we get close to finishing it. So, you know, these are the adventures that we have together, you and I. Did I forget one? I forgot one. That would explain why it was not opening. It was not coming. There we go. There we go. All right. Huh. I really thought this would have paper bags, given that it had the new style of box. I'm surprised. All right, let's put that aside. Accidentally moved this a little bit. All right, so that's 2, 8, 5, 10. There's 1. 7. 9, 8, 7. 4. 6, 5, 4. All right, some unnumbered bags. You think they'd pack them in some sort of logical order? Not necessarily, because it just depends on how it all gets to the conveyor and everything. I do need to find 3. There's 3. 3, 2, 1. All right, so this is 10. $18, $17. I suppose I should get to let's see, does it tell me? We'll read this in a moment. No, it does not. All right. I was wondering if it would tell me how many bags for this part. $16, $15, and the other thing is that the bags can shift in transit. 14, 13, 12, and 11. All right. So we got through 18 here. There we go. All right. Brick separator, get out of here. No one loves you. Actually, everyone loves you, but you're too many. You multiply. You need to stop doing that. Stop having babies. Need a tiny Denethor microfig to have fall off the cliff? I mean, there might be. You don't know. There is a Denethor minifig. It does have interior scenes. Okay, let's see. Minas Tirith, City of Kings. The role of Minas Tirith in the conclusive battle for Middle-earth sometimes overshadows its glorious thousand-year-old history. When Pippin and Gandalf first arrive, the once so noble realm has fallen into dire disrepair under the stewardship of the fatalistic Denethor. TM. Also, Gandalf TM. Driven by an impending sense of doom and self-pity, he gorges himself on grotesque meals rather than fulfilling his duties. Even so, neither the Nazgul TM nor Sauron TM himself can diminish its architectural splendor. Solidly built into the White Mountains, Minas Tirith soars with its 7 concentric levels of stone, crowned by the Tower of Ecthelion, a 300-foot beacon whose pinnacle reaches 1,000 feet above the plain. After the War of the Ring ends, Minas Tirith once again stands as a symbol of hope and prosperity. TM. Here, the hammer stroke will fall hardest. From the LEGO Icons design team. It's always with a sense of awe that we start working on models based on popular themes, including the vast realms in the Lord of the Rings TM film trilogy. Inspired by the bigature model created for the Return of the King TM, we stayed close to the movie version storytelling and the structural details. We created a hybrid scale model by using a forced perspective building technique. The outer wall is built for LEGO minifigures to interact with, while the 6 upper walls are built progressively smaller for dramatic effect. You can place the characters into the iconic scenes both at the top layer and inside. However you display it, there are myriad details everywhere. And you can remove sections of the model for even more versatile display options. You're about to pass into the realm of Gondor, TM. The board is set. The pieces are moving. Let the building adventure begin. TM. The Gates of Minas Tirith, TM. The Great Gate on the first wall faces east and serves as the city's only gateway. It opens into a paved courtyard, the meeting point of the Northway, South Road, and the route to Osgiliath. Each of the 7 levels is protected by its own wall and gate. These gates are placed at angles to one another, creating a zigzagging path upward through the city rather than a straight ascent, a hallmark of Minas Tirith's defensive architecture. In this model, the gate can be detached, so newly designed minifigure characters of Gandalf TM, Pippin, and Shadowfax can make a dramatic entrance through the gate and alert Denethor TM of Sauron's threat. I find it interesting that they don't need to put a TM when they've pluralized or possessivized a name. Alright, let's get started. TM. Alright. 2x2 half tile there, 1x2 tile there. Lots and lots of lovely angled plates and wedges. Wedges. And a brown 1x4 plate with round ends. Alright. That goes on right there. Howdy, Bahamut. How's it going? We are just starting on Minas Tirith, so that our Our Orc Horde can destroy it. I don't actually have an Orc Horde. Never got enough of the Orcs, unfortunately, to have an actual Horde. Better than yesterday's Pizza Hut and store adventure? Well, that's good. We're having Canadian wildfire adventures down here. Adventures in don't go outside. It is too bad to breathe. Lots of nice tiles to start. The smoke is actually going south of you? That's pretty lucky. It would be nice if it were going south of us. Well, I mean, except it wouldn't be nice for the people getting hit by it. Baseball game in Cleveland got postponed because of the smoke? Good. Good. That is the smart choice. Okay, so this goes on right here. Another plate there. Which, there's still a lot of wobble between these two, unfortunately. Hopefully that will be fixed soon. I know they're talking about the World Cup game, and they should probably postpone that. Really? 2x6 there. You actually got a photo published by a local news agency that you took of the orange glow from the smoke on Wednesday? Wow, nice. But also not nice because of the the smoke. It has been noticeably hazy here all day, where if you like there is noticeable visibility loss just across the street. It's pretty bad. I feel really bad for like all the animals, because they can't do squat about this, you know? They can't stay inside in a filtered air home. Made all the colors outside very surreal. Yeah, we have white windowsills, and they were very noticeably orange as the sun was going down from the light of the sun. They managed, but I'm sure there would be like an uptick in the number of animals with like cancer and stuff after this. I mean, the nature of the thing is that they're going to be more likely to be eaten and stuff like that, but you know, it's still unfortunate. It is the circle of life, as Elton John has said. Alright, so we get our ball joint pieces here and here, and here and here. There we go. And black 1x1 cylinder plates. All right, another pair of white 1x2 plates there. And we got gray 1x5s. And gray 2x4s. Oh yeah, also a dark gray 1x6 right there. And then we get some shorty bricks in here. And here. You put the photo in Discord? Alright, I will take a look after the stream. Thanks for sharing it. Alright, macaroni pieces. Well, first of all, let's get these dark gray 1x8s. There we go. 2x2 round end tiles. And then in the center, get some decorations. Kind of a sunburst design, really. It has been a very long time since I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, so I don't remember if there is anything on the ground that looks like that. Alright, and then some more wedge plates. Very interesting choice, because that is going to be a different angle than that. And 1x8 tiles here and here. Alright, then on the front, lots of side studs. It's probably why we have so many tiles there. Since we have Grand, too bad we don't have microfig size Witch King and Gandalf with horse for standoff. Alright, there we go. Get that on there. And on the back, we get these 2x2x5? Yeah, 2x2x5. Yeah, 2x2x5. Angled panels. There we go. So you can't see it, but Grand is slightly shaking with every move I'm making because the table is slightly moving. There we go. All right. flip it around, and 1x1 with clip, white, then black, then white shorty bricks. Grand itches for destruction. It's true. It is true. That goes right in there. Okay, more shorty bricks. Looking for the mold mark. There we go. And I do believe this is the gate, so we might be able to crack the gates before we finish tonight. All right. So, spare parts. We've got a black 1x1 cylinder plate, gray 1x1 plate, and tan 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. All right, bag number 2. Canonically, Gron does seem to have some sort of spirit and relish destruction. It has been a while since I've read The Lord of the Rings, so I don't remember. But I mean, again, this gets back to, you know, why would it look the way it does? Well, if it's actually enchanted or houses some sort of spirit, you know, it's not just going to be a tree that's been cut down. Alright, 1x1x3s with 2 clips, and a white 1x1 plate with clip. Oh, and there's more pieces here. Alright. Get those in. There we go. 1x1 and 1x1. There we go. Okay, now I need the 1x1 with clip. Ald has not played Skies of Arcadia because Ald has never had a Dreamcast. It is something that I do want to play because it has been highly regarded. But it is very much a who knows when kind of thing. Because I'd have to get, like, emulation set up for that. And that's just annoying. It was released on GameCube too. Well, it's, again, a separate system that I would have to get set up. I did have a GameCube, but I literally only played on it once. I don't know why it has not gotten, like, a remaster on PC kind of thing. Honestly, just, like, release them all. Just do it, game companies. There we go. And a double stack of 1x1 plates. Oddly enough, not a shorty brick. Probably because there are other uses of 1x1 plates in here. Yeah, I mean, everything that I know about Skies of Arcadia is that it is highly regarded, and it is not on any systems that I have set up for recording, and some of the characters were in Valkyria Chronicle. That's it. That is the extent of my knowledge. But you know, there's a way to force me to play one of these games. Force me to learn how to get the emulation set up. It's called Patron's Choice. Alright, 1x1 plates on top, yay. There we go. Now, 1x1 round top. Pieces here. Takes money, indeed it does. Indeed it does. But you too could have me playing a video game of your choice. You know, if other people also want to see it. Well, he sometimes makes it to building streams as well. I mean, really, you should just hang out in all the streams until you see him, so you can thank him. That's how it works. Just watch all the streams until you catch him. Alright, now for some more of the angle tiles. There we go. There's that one, and there's that one. Interesting choice, because they are kind of loose. Alright, now down at the bottom. I need 1x1... Don't go off the table, please. There we go. 2 black ones and, or 2 white ones and 4 black ones. Each of these. Now for some tile slopes. Ah, here we go. Black tile slope. Let's pull out that corner slope. So there we go. This is the new corner slope for the tile slopes. Very nice to get. Very versatile. And I think they're interior... Yeah, that's why I call them tile slopes. I think they're... like, that's convex. I think they're concave corner tiles as well. And Gildatung bringing us a raid. Let me get you a shout out there. Oh, alright. Hold on. Let me, pause the ad break. Just popped up as you brought us a raid. What were you up to tonight? We are building some Minas Tirith. Okay, there we go. That goes right there, and this one goes right there. Okay, 1x10s and 1x2 tile slopes. Okay, and these actually turn our angle for some reason. There we go. I'm doing well. What are you up to tonight? "51-month streak. Very nice. So old. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Finished up Mouse PI for hire. Nice. Congratulations. Did you enjoy it? I'm not much for shooters, but I liked that I liked the art style. I was did kind of consider that at some point, like playing that. Probably not. I don't know about for like the channel. I'm not very good at shooters, after all. Alright, there is, I think, the last of the 1x2 tile slopes. Pretty good, and it's fun. You played it on easy because you're way too old to give a crap about great gamer cred. Well, I mean, it's more about fun, you know? What do you have fun with? That's the important thing. If you have fun on easy, nothing wrong with that. I've certainly played some games on easy myself. There we go. All right. 2x4 brick there, 2x3 down here. And 2 inverted half arches. White angle slope on the end. Still feel like more PI fun, so next Friday we'll start Tex Murphy 1. All right. Then tomorrow starting the Technicolor insanity that is Paladin's Quest. Ah, Lennis. It is a very weird game. Alright, were we doing 2 of these? Yes, we were. Alright. Yeah, there is a translation patch for Lennis 2. Has been for quite a while. I only know that because Mysterious JG has played that, and I think it was one of his earlier LPs. I mean, Paladin's Quest was one of his very early LPs. There we go, and that, and then that one there. All right. Okay, so we got those two, and now it looks like we are using all of these. Just finished building your army of horse knights? Nice. Was it the 3-in-1, like, did you buy multiples of the 3-in-1 castle or something? Oh, we do have an ad break just about to start. I see. Okay, now the other way. Need more historical castle sets? Well, they would be architecture. They wouldn't have minifigs. But yes, I agree. I would love an architectural Conwy Castle or Caerphilly or something like that. That would be awesome. Ah, you ordered the Pick-a-Brick. Good way to do it if you just want the knights. Yeah, they have some nice nice designs and nice colors as well. All right, there we go. Okay. And slip that on there. Slip that on there. And these go on right there. All right. So that is our... that is the start of the gate, really. There we go. Okay, then we have a few decorative elements here. Must digress, your castle section of your LEGO collection is pretty impressive. That's excellent. I'm a big fan of castle myself. I think my largest single unit type is Wolfpack, though. I have a lot of Wolfpack. Yep. I also got that. I built it at the start of the stream. It's a very nice little set. I like the boat. Okay, so that is it for that bag. Spare parts, we got 1x1 tile slopes in black and white. White 1x1 plate, white 1x1 tile, gray 1x1 plate flower, and black pneumatic tee. There we go. And bag number 3. And Lunatastic. Okay, let's snooze that ad a little bit longer. Lunatastic bringing us a raid. How's it going? And get you a shout out. Ad jail defeated, at least for a few minutes. I think I saw that you were playing some Valkyria Chronicle. 3, I want to say. Tied between the Lions and Falcon Knights probably for years. You need to build up the wolf pack somehow, though. I got very lucky many, many years ago and got a case of the Wolfpack Renegades. VC was yesterday, today was Grand Blue. Got it, got it. Got a little confused. You bought a kilogram of candy with vitamin C for an equivalent of $3. So at the start of the stream, before we go into Ad Hell, we built the Sea Serpent. This was a LEGO Ideas kind of remake of an old set. Couple fewer minifigs. The original had 5. This only has 2, but it's very cute. It's very cute. I love the castle design, the forecastle and stern castle design. And then we built Grand, so we can batter down the gates here of Minas Tirith. There we go. And we have just started the very large Minas Tirith build. You say bought, but really ordered on the internet. I mean, that's buying. It is exchanging money for goods and services. That is crazy, Bahamut. Wouldn't mind building up a Snake Knight army either. To build up those armies, you'll have to design a castle for them as well. Well, yeah. Gotta have castles for everyone. Oops, that goes there. Well, I hope they're yummy when they do come. Oh, my lord. Okay. That bag only has the slopes with a cutout. All right, understood. It's a lot of those. It's actually... these are really good. These are going to be really good when I go back to do some redesigning on my Argama. It's not your fault that Sir Behemoths come one after the other. That's true. But we can blame you anyway. I mean, you could sell them for one gold. 1 G. We're doing 2 of these. Yes, we are. All right. I was noticing that there were duplicates of some of these parts, and I'm like, did I miss that? I did. Unless LEGO beats you to the point at least, you know they have the Bricklink Designer Program stuff, but those are so limited. Yeah, I don't even bother. Like, I don't even look at them. And they feel like... They feel like mocks rather than official LEGO sets, so... I'd only get that. I would only get one if I wanted to display it, and I don't really care that much about that, so... Well, you better go betting them, Bahamut. Get all kinds of goodies. Alright. Put those there. Now we're going to be using lots of these. Build these first. Not worth the effort right now. But now you're just going to be wasting some. You're going to lurk, but yay, Minas Tirith? All right. You enjoy yourself after your stream. We are going to be building this for many, many an upcoming session. I don't know how many. Probably another 4 at least. There it is. I do really wish that LEGO would release one castle set of the type of, you know, Lion Knight's Castle and Medieval Market Village each year. Just have it like the medieval collection. I'd be all over that. I want more official castles. It doesn't make me feel anything, really, Bahamut. But it is ad break time. Ad jail can only be postponed. It cannot be canceled. Okay, well, we still have some of these slopes left after this. Probably going to put these on the other side, I imagine. Okay, so, that side, yes. Alright. There we go. There we go. Now I need 4 of these. 2x2 tile, 1x2 a tile slope, and 1x2 plate. Puts the 100 behemoth suits in Alt's house. I mean, that's going to be 100 gil. I don't mind. That's the wrong part. I'll just sell them. I mean, that's free money. It's not a whole lot of money, but it's free money. I will take free money. Suit yourself? I see what you did there. Terrible. Do you like money? Sure, we all do. I'd probably build a behemoth out of them. Yeah, just cast Resurrect, you know. Get a behemoth back out of that. I guess it depends on how much they've been processed. I wouldn't let someone cast Resurrect on leather armor and get a cow. What's all going to do with 100 behemoths? Ride them, duh. What else would you do with 100 behemoths? Giddy up, little behemoth doggy. You know, how many other cars are going to be getting in my way on the highway, you know? Doesn't matter how slow I'm going or how fast I'm going. They're just they would just be crushed by the behemoth. Okay, these go right here and right here. So a little overhang back there. And of course, they're set back here. All you want is a talking chocobo? What if it's actually like a parrot, though, and it doesn't actually talk, it just mimics? Would you still want it? What's the other possible auction item? The imp? I don't remember. It's an interesting way of doing it, getting a recessed piece and putting a cone in there. Okay, and these just go right in there. Then we get some angle tiles up top. But these just come right out. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe when Grand smashes, you can pop the tops. Okay, bag number 4, and it looks like we are getting some additions. Yep, all right. Get ready for when we need those. Well, I guess I do need the cape. So we're gonna make our Gandalf minifig. Recess and nap time are wasted on the young. Yeah, but they actually need it, unlike elderly people. Well, I guess elderly people do sometimes need the naps. Come back here. And sword. All right. So, horsey. I'm not actually sure that we've gotten a white horse before. I think there's a white horse in another set as well. Much as watermelon. You're not sharing? I want some watermelon. How rude. Alright, we have lots of capes. The rest go back into the envelope. There we go. I like the little envelopes that they come in, though. This is soft fabric. It's not the very stiff fabric. Wait, nope. There's a beard. Where's the beard? There's the beard. Is now curious about the auction imp. Hey, not my fault. You brought it up, not me. I am a blameless, holy creature. I don't think so. Let me see. I think the top of the box has all the minifigs. That is not the top of the box. No. No orcs. You only get the 2 with Grand if you got that gift with purchase. Wow, blaming me anyway. It's not right. It is slanderous. Did I play Shadow of Mordor? I did not. The last Middle-earth game I played, like really played, I've like loaded up some ROMs for some old ones, was a text adventure for The Hobbit, back on an Apple IIe. No, Apple IIc, I'm sorry. It was portable because it had a handle. There we go. Here is Gandalf the White. Nice printing on his torso and legs. Although the torso very much looks like a flannel. Oh, you're right. War for Middle-earth. Thank you. My bad. That is actually more recent, both as in terms of being an actual game and when I played it. Shadowfax, the Lord of the Horses, answers only to Gandalf TM. Too bad they don't keep using that weapon pack from Rivendell. I'm not surprised that they don't. I mean, for one thing, there isn't Frodo or Bilbo, and also you don't need more of the broken sword. But yeah, I think this is the first all-white horse that they've done. It might even be the first white horse of this rearing type. I'm not sure. I mean, he's no horse. But he's still pretty cool. You could have outbid that. Alright, let's see. I need 6 of these. 1x1 plates with round clips. That is 12 1x1 plates. There we go. That is some sand green. It is indeed a sand green. Well, I mean, the imp could be a party member. Remember when brown horses first came out and you were all, these are the best? Oh yeah, same here. Especially the first brown horse had a brown mane, like unprinted, and then they started printing it. So there were a couple brown horses that you could get that were all brown, and then they were just brown with a black mane. And that made the all brown ones even better. Shadow of Mordor is good, even though it doesn't follow the lore of the books all that well. The sequel, Shadow of War, is even worse at following the lore. I mean, to a certain extent, games are going to be like that. I mean, War in Middle-earth is a strategy game, so the second you start playing, you can go off the rails very, very easily. And boy, did I ever. The tale of random guy ringbearer. They made Shelob hot. Well, they gotta cater to the drow fetishists, right? I like the drow because Lolth is hot. I don't remember if I encountered Shelob in War in Middle-earth. I think I did once. I have to go back and watch that that LP. Man, I love that game. It does so much for a 1989 strategy game. They took the same route with the recent Beowulf film. You mean making a monster hot? It's just fan service. They made Shelob be able to turn into a woman. Okay, well that's interesting. Or is that what you're talking about, Kenshir? Okay, there we go. So we got some decorations on the towers, and of course that fell out, which is what I expected to happen. I don't know why that's just there loosely. Alright. Only one of these. Okay. Sand green, a 1x4. Maybe there's a flagpole to stabilize him. Problem is that there is a reverse tile here that fits in here, as opposed to anything connecting with the stuff down there. I don't understand this decision. I do not understand this decision. You have more than 1 million gil, Bahamut? Yeah, but see, the auction master is just so surprised that he couldn't possibly give it to you. Okay, we got a sand green 1x4 arch. Very nice. Alright, and 1x2 groove bricks. Okay, one of the most disappointing pieces you can get in a set, a black 3x4 half tile. Why? Because 90% of the collectible minifigs have them. I have bags of these. Giant Ziploc bags full. Alright, here is a sand green micro figure. And that goes right in there. There we go. And a sand green gear rack. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they should have done something with side quests for all of those things, or just let you bought them. Or just let you buy them and have them be a key item, just so you can be like, "Hey, I bought them." I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things you can use them for, the black 3x4 half tiles, but I have so many, I would love to get different colors. Like, it's one of the reasons why I was excited about these guys, because they come with lime green. And then I didn't get many of the Spider-Man ones, but they have trans orange. I'm really, really hoping that they start doing that with doing that more often, of having unusual colors. The 1x4 toothed Lego plate used to represent copper detailing on the main gate was first introduced in 1977 as a steering rack for Lego Technic. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a gear rack. we go. And that goes in there. All right. So there is the first of the gates. What you're hearing is Alt should have gotten more spider minifigs? I should have, yes, actually. You are hearing correctly. What would I do with trans orange 3x4 plates? I don't know. Imagine if they gave you the Ramus Ekor with Minas Tirith. I don't actually know what that is. I love the main books, but I could never get into Silmarillion or Unfinished Tales. I don't even remember there being a lava field anywhere nearby. Alright, bring all these over here. I got way more into D&D worlds than Lord of the Rings. Silmarillion is like reading Hindu epics, really dense lore. Well, one day I might get there, Kinshir, because if I ever decide to try my hand at the Vedic Pantheon for D&D. Oh, there we go. In Shadow of War, you can siege orcs' forts, and there is always a chance that the enemy discovers and executes your spy in the fort, even if you don't have a spy. So they just decide, let's just execute some random guy. I mean, that does sound like Lord of the Rings orc behavior. The giant wall around the Pelennor Fields? I don't even remember that, so... I don't know that it would be a very interesting build either. There we go. All right. And slip that in there. There we go. I'm going to have to... I really need to remember that. So the gates can open. Or just a Mount Doom mock could be fun. I mean, it's just a volcano. I don't know that Mount Doom would be all that interesting. Like, I have not gotten Barad-dûr because I kind of don't care about it. It's just like this big black and gray thing with some trans orange, which is cool. But it's just kind of Okay, so clip in there and there. Come around here. Clip in there. And there. Watch these pop off again. Alright, and then dark gray 2x2 angled corner tiles. There we go. Spare parts, we got 6L bars with stops in dark gray and white, and a sand green microfigure. Alright. The interior of Barad-dûr is actually pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, like, and I did consider that, but again, like, it's just like, I don't know. If it were other colors other than black, I might have considered it. But there we go. We can bash the gates in, sort of. The way they mounted those tops would have made sense if there were other options to swap out. Yeah, there might be. Well, I do have these two orcs, but they're a little bit oversized, all things considered. I mean, like, this gate itself would not make a bad castle, Lego castle gate. Like, the size is actually decent, but for the scale of Minas Tirith, they should be much smaller. Okay. Bag number 5. I'd have to see the movie again to see if microfigs would be appropriate. I'm not sure, but certainly closer to that than minifigs. That is for sure. Yeah, my main issue with Barad-dûr is just that it's a big black edifice, which, it's just not. It's not something that I'm that interested in. I would actually rather have dark gray. I mean, there is some dark gray in it and stuff like that. There's some other colors, but it's mostly just black. Okay, actually, that is what we want. In Shadow of Mordor, you can mind control orcs and make them fight each other. I mean, they gotta give some powers, and... I mean, I've never actually looked into, the old Middle-earth role-playing game, but I imagine that there's a lot of magic in that is not from the books. Just because you kind of need to expand that stuff. Oh, there it is. Alright, 1x3 tile there. We can get this 3x3 macaroni on. In the second of those games, you make a second One Ring? Oh my lord. I mean, I guess there's power fantasy for the player, but... No, that's a safe bet. That is a safe bet. I mean, honestly, like, I haven't seen too many Middle-earth games that have had gameplay that really is compelling to me, I would probably go back to that old text adventure, The Hobbit, before I did anything else, because I actually have memories of that and I never got through it. And behold the two ring. My favorite bit is still the onion ring bit from Dragon Magazine. It's the same speech, it's just instead of one ring, it's onion ring every time. It's great. Big fan. They call it the new ring. Alright, flip it over. Got a tan wedge plate and then a beige one. Flip back over. Okay, this goes there. There we go. Okay, that is an interesting way of doing that. Okay. And then the final 6x6. Get that on there. There we go. Main draw of Shadow of Mordor War is that Uruk captains have personality, strengths, and weaknesses. Oh, I mean, like, I'm not saying that they don't have draws for those who want to play them. Just probably not my my kind of game. Don't worry, there are plenty of weird games that I play. All right, we have a gray 3x3 heart plate. Goes right there, doesn't actually connect to anything. I'm not even sure what that is going to... I mean, it'll connect up with these. I'm not sure if it'll... If this lines up with anything here. Probably not, or they would have had something under there, I imagine. Hey, well, if it's a Heart of Stone, then I can get a... I can put it give it to a golem. Just need to get some blood from a stone. Okay, and 2x2 side studs. 1x10 plates. And another heart plate turned. There we go. And then we get this here. And a couple angle tiles. Right there. And I need a different one. Not that one, that one. There we go. Okay, and then the 2x2s with cutouts here. Probably easier to do the front part first, and the interior part. There we go. Now, get these on here. Now, I will say one of the interesting things about these pieces is that, like, you could use, like, this to fit into it, and they might. Like, that would be an interesting way to get some different geometry. Alright, now for some, I assume, terrain bits. Right there, we get another wedge plate. Now, I did already look, and I do know that there's a lot of even numbers of left and right, but there are some odd numbers, unfortunately. It's always disappointing when they do that. I do have a set that I know they specifically put in an even number because people would want them. Okay, next up, 2x4 plates. There and there. And then we get some more wedge plates. Okay, that's it. Now even more wedge plates. Getting them at a little bit of an offset here. There's a little bit of an overhang there. Now I would usually want it to offset inward rather than outward. So we'll see what they end up doing with that. Okay, just on this side. There we go. Okay, another wedge plate. Yep, there. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Alright, pair of 2x2 quarter domes. Some more terrain bits here, and a 1x6 plate. Doing well, that's good. Hopefully you're not getting too much of the smoke where you are. Okay, over on this side, 1x4 in gray. And a hinge. And a wedge plate. Two by three, 2x2 corner. Another hinge. And a tan, a 1x1 tile slope. There we go. That looks like it. Yep. All right. Now this is probably going to be the part that connects up there. There we go. Get this wedge plate on there. 2x4 wedge plate with a double wedge there. There we go. And yep, that's what I thought. Interesting that they didn't put wedge plates there. Oh, no, they didn't because of the hinge right there. That would be why. That would do it. Alright. 1x6 plate, and now some more terrain elements. Yeah, now we get the wedge plates here. There we go. 2x3 tile, 2x2 wedge plate, which has a bit different angle, so it actually almost touches completely, which is pretty nice. Okay, next up. Technic 1x2 with a axle pin. And a 1x1 tile slope. Alright, more tiles down here. Seems like some sort of bat mosaic. Yeah, I can see that. There we go. That's it. Yes. Okay. Brown 1x2 plates with Technic holes. Batman wants his bat stuff back? Well, too bad. It's my bat stuff now. If Bat Jerk wants his bat stuff back, then he can go very well get it back himself. That makes no sense. I apologize. Okay, 1x2 a tile there and there. Wait a second. Nope. Missed 2 parts. I missed a part. 2x3 plate there. There we go. Now that's right. Okay, so makes a hay cart. We have the Minecraft ladder pieces here to give some fencing to this cart. $4L bar through there. Thought I was making a random reference to Crocodile Dundee 2? No, I was not. At least not directly. I'm pretty sure I know Crocodile Dundee 2 better than Crocodile Dundee. I think I've seen that one more. And also, these need to go this way. There we go. There we go. So little hand cart. And that goes right there. All right, spare parts. We got a brown 3L bar. We've got tan and gray 1x1 tile slopes, gray 1x1 tile, gray 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, dark gray 1x1 cylinder tile with top pin, and a black friction pin. All right, this will probably be the last bag for tonight, bag number 6. Not even halfway there? I mean, that would be a big surprise considering how many pieces the set has. I don't want a bottle of ranch. Take it back. It's gross. Get it out of here. I saw the news about people coming for the World Cup getting obsessed with ranch, and I'm like, why? Why would they? There are better things out there. You were given a bottle of ghost pepper ranch? That sounds terrible. I think maybe that person wants you to die, not a rogue AI. You should probably worry about that. They might be plotting against you. Alright, another brick right there. 1x3, two 1x4s. And... alright, there is our bracket. 1x1 plate. And a 1x1 tile slope. There we go. That slips right in there. 1x1 inverted, 1x2 inverted slope there. 1x3. 1x6, 1x3, and 1x4. So we got a little crack in the wall there. Very easy to exploit. There we go. All right. So first up is the 1x3x2 half arch, which is interesting, considering that we have arches that fit this shape. I mean, it's always good to have a half arch shape. All right, 1x1. One by one plates right in there. 1x3, brick. 1x3, two more 1x1 plates. Not sure what we're going to be popping in these slots. And a 1x1 brick. Okay, now some stuff inside. There's a barrel. Possibly warm tan, or it's one of the, I think it's warm tan. I think that's what that is. Then a brown 2x2x2 container. And some jumper plates. Oop. That popped off. And 1x1 cylinder bricks. Yep, 4 of them. There we go. Okay. I think I see what's going to happen. We get 1x4 plate and the 1x2 double half arch. And then 3 1x1 cylinders beneath it. I really want a 1x1 plate in here, though. There we go. And we do have our 3x3 corner plates, and that is going to go on top of these corner half arches. Also started at night having a couple spoonfuls of dill relish. Any particular reason? Or just because it's tasty to you? And Moobot reminding us that the goal is Neuschwanstein Castle. It's tasty. Okay. Well, I was just wondering if, like, it helped you sleep or something. I don't know. Like, are you having it with anything or just the relish? Just the relish. So you're relishing it? I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright, 1x6, 1x6, and another brick. Yes, you are. Alright, another half arch here. 1x1 inverted arch. Get some slopes, 2x4, 2x4, and 2x2 in gray. Can't red card me. I'm immune. Alright, 6 1x1 cylinder bricks. Right there, and 2 1x2 plates. What if you sent me a pineapple pizza? I'd probably just pick off the pineapple and eat the rest of the pizza. Pineapple doesn't leave that much, like, flavor if it's not there. I'll just get the FIFA heads to suspend the penalty. Yeah, but then I'd lose. I don't want to lose. Oh, okay. We're getting some little stalls going here. Secretly put pineapple juice in the sauce, too. Well, I mean, if I didn't like the pizza, I would just toss it. I mean, pineapple on pizza is just like, eh. Like, it's flavors that don't work together. That's all. It's not, like, horrendously disgusting like pickle. Alright, so we got some greenery, and then we have a single double cherry, I guess. You have a bleeding wound on the ball of your foot. That's unfortunate. I want to look around for, like, glass or anything sharp, because that is an impressive thing to get otherwise. There we go. So a green flower element and a single double cherry. Oh, wait. There is another flower element there. And we have 2 carrots. Without the carrot tops that go in there. And we have a single fish in the barrel. The fertile farmland of the Pelennor Fields provides food for the city's inhabitants, unless, of course, they are besieged. Yep, it's a fish in a barrel. And a chicken. Not in a barrel. So there we go. Okay, turn the wall around. 1x6 brick, 1x6 brick, and 1x3 brick. 1x1 brick there, and I need a 1x1 plate. There we go. Alright, now gray side studs. 1x4, 1x4, 1x2, and 1x4. Interesting that it's gray rather than white. And 1x2 tile slopes. And 4 1x1 plates with round clips and an appropriate number of 1x1 plates. 8 1x1 plates, 12 1x2 curved slopes. There we go. These are forming crenellations, basically. Well, hopefully the bleeding will stop soon. I have had fun times of getting out of the shower and mysteriously bleeding. Not so mysteriously once I figure out where the blood is coming from, but good times. Drying yourself off and then, like, why is there so much blood on the towel? Oh, right, all the people that I murdered. It's gonna happen when you're a dragon. And the last 3 curved slopes. Oh, they're not innocent, though, Ariaru. They know what they did. Alright, so we have crenellations there. And there goes the... Oh, geez, everything's popping off. Alright. Let's move the rest of these pieces down here. Make them easier to get. Got another half arch. There we go. Get that right up there. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we double stack the 4x4 and 3x3 corner plate. And get that right on there. And cap it off with a hinge plate. Okay, I feel like I have missed somewhere to put one of these. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. My bad. I didn't get this on here. To kind of hide the bracket. There we go. Alright, spare parts. We've got a tan 1x1 cylinder plate and a red cherry. Alright. I'm guessing that... Well, no, that actually can't go there. Maybe it'll go there. Yeah, this does kind of feel like it would fit. Yeah, so I think this will go like this. Yeah. Okay. But that is going to be it for tonight. I'm very quickly running out of places to put these things. And it is time for some minifigs before we actually wrap up for the night. Okay, so first up we've got Series 7. Let's roll a d6. 2, so we're going over here. Looks like a d20. 17 I'm sure is too many. 18 is very much too many. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Let's go ahead and roll my d20 to see. 13. That would be the Viking lady. So we got a 12 from Not a Rogue AI. That would be the nerd. Well, Bunny, Minotaur Figs, you're here for it. 11 for Bahamut. That would be the Flower Child. 14 for Shield of Hope. That would be the Boar Knight. So get your predictions in. Let me get my timer all ready. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. A Leonin commander for Mordor. A Minotaur, whatever country you prefer, ambassador. What if I prefer no country, huh? Huh? No country for old men. Oh yeah, let me get to the proper page on the instruction booklet before we close it out. Did I read that? Yeah, I did. All right. There we go. Someone asked what? Oh, vote for no? Oh, well, I mean, usually Lel Bunny does, because she has no faith in me whatsoever. The ambassador for San Marino, a Minotaur. Lel Bunny never has any confidence in me whatsoever. Alright, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? There's just a few seconds remaining. Let's see, we have not gotten 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 8, or 13, but we've gotten all of the others so far. So there's still quite a few left on this one to get. But get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And the predictions are closed. All right. Timer's all ready. And go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do I feel? I feel the base. That's not helpful. Could that possibly be? Yes. Oh, just in time. 19.46. I believe we have the bagpiper. I believe we have the bagpiper. Well, if they're spare ribs, Lord Canis, then you should share them. I'll take them. I mean, if they're spare. Oh, shoot. I accidentally cut the tartan a little. I tried to get everything down, but, well, that happens. A very, very tiny sliver. It's really unfortunate. All right, it is the bagpiper. That is a bad failure, yeah. Like, it didn't come with 2, so I only have the 1. All right, that is within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. I'll have to, next time, like, I didn't even think about this being in it. I'll have to, really shake it next time to, get it more. All right. Let's see, who is getting all the hams? Bahamut getting all the hams. Very nice. Kinshir and Lord Canis going for 20 to 50. Lel Bunny Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Mrav going for no. I do like that they gave him underwear there. Getting these fabric skirts on is oftentimes quite a pain. That's why I always try to have the break in the back rather than on a corner. Oop. Shoot. Yep, hold on. Gotta try to smooth it out a little bit. There we go. Nope, come back here, head. All right. Not exactly sure how this gets held properly. I think this is the part that... No, that's the part that you blow into. Yeah, alright. There we go. There we go. Now let's get his hat on. The single tube should face down. Alright, yeah. Well, I was looking for what you blew into, and then I noticed the little bit right there, and that's what you blow into. There we go. Let's go ahead and zoom in on him. There's a little bit that you blow into. Showing a little bit more cheek than normal. I really like this hat, though. It's a great hat. Kind of surprised that they haven't done more. Like, you could do all kinds of fun things with the hat. But also, just having a bagpipe is pretty cool. That is an angry-looking face, though. It's one cheeky Scotsman. All right, there we go. All right, that is that one. There we go. All right, next up, we've got Series 10. Oops. Knocked off the my empty soda can. All right, Marav, have a good rest of your night. We just have a couple more minifigs to do. All right, D6, 3, so we're going down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, D8. All right, Ariaru, have a good rest of your night as well. All right, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in while I put away the other box. All right, let's roll a d20. 5, so that would be the Brave, the last of the Mohicans. Although we've already gotten 2, so well, actually, no, we've gotten 3, so he can't be the last. So let's see. Bahamut, you need to re-roll. There are only 16. Except there is technically 17, but I'm pretty sure we are not getting Mr. Gold. All right, 16 for Nadarogai. That would be the Grease Monkey. 9 for Sealan. That would be the Paintballer. 8 for Shield of Hope. That would be the Retiree. 16 for Bahamut. That would be the Grease Monkey again. Guess 2 is a Minotaur Bodyguard for a Minotaur Ambassador. And a Leonin Bagpipe player for Gondor. But they're not Scottish. All right, get your predictions in. Let's go ahead and reset my timer. There we go. How could they possibly have developed bagpipes without being Scottish? A Scottish Leonin could have ended there. All right, get your predictions in. I don't actually have an argument against that. Get your predictions in. Just a few seconds remaining. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And what will it be? All right, and predictions are closed. All right, and go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? That's the torso. That's the legs. That's the head. I need an accessory here. Where's the accessory? Okay. Nope. Back to the torso. Okay. All right, 33.7. We have the baseball player. I felt the cap, and I was like, wait, there's 2 minifigs that might have a cap. Then I had to feel the torso for the hand. If I had just felt the torso a little bit more, I might have noticed that. It is, in fact, the baseball player. All right. So that was 33.7. Let's choose the outcome. That is 20 to 50 seconds. Complete that prediction. Who's getting all the hams? Seal and Mortar, Kinshear, and Lord Canis getting all the hams. Very nice. Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. Lel Bunny back in her comfort zone. We get another player for the Stackers. So interestingly enough, like, he doesn't actually have an accessory. They just gave him a different hand. Nothing on the back, unfortunately. But he does have a baseball glove hand. So, of course, he does go well with our clutchers, the other team. As if I'd have it any other way. I mean, you can vote however you want. That's... Oh, wait, actually, let's not put him away. Let's put him here for now. There we go. All right, so that is another catcher. There we go. And finally, we are back to our animal fans. Okay. So D6, so 3. We've got 8 there. So we're going on the left. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. Let's start a prediction. Where is it? Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? Let's go ahead and get the scale ready. So the only one that we have not gotten is the Dalmatian. Let me get to the weights. There we go. So we've got, oh yeah, I need a D12 out ready. All right, 3 for Not-A-Rogue AI, that would be the goldfish. 10 for Sealan, that would be the bunny. 5 for Bahamut, that would be the frog. And 10 for Shield of Hope, that would also be the bunny. So get your predictions in, roll your D12s if you have them. Give them a little bit of love, since they don't get a whole lot of love in most games. Let's get my scanner all ready. A Leonin horse rider for Rohan, as opposed to an Oliphant rider, right? Those well-known Rohan Oliphant riders. Yeah. Good. I just wanted to make sure. Guess 3 is a Minotaur body double to protect the Minotaur Ambassador. But what if the Minotaur bodyguard mixes them up, and he's protecting the body double, and no one's protecting the Ambassador, and the Ambassador gets assassinated? No Oliphants and Rohan? You can't tell them what to do. They can be wherever they want. Sheesh. Trying to dictate where Oliphants can be. Terrible. Jeez. Can't believe some of you guys. All right, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig box? Just a few seconds remaining. Will I guess what is inside the minifig box? And predictions are closed. All right. All right, let's do a shake. Alright, there's definitely a small part in there. Alright, I am going to say that we got another frog. That is my guess. Because I'm hearing some small parts. There's a number of them with small parts, though. Oh yeah, let's roll the die. 4, so that is saying monkey. And the scale is saying 17.96, so it's definitely not the frog. $17.96 could be the lion, but it seems like there's... I might say no, these usually go under, though. Ah, okay, no. Actually, I will say that it is... The weight is the goldfish. Okay, I said the frog, Die says monkey, and I say the weight says goldfish. It's a little bit closer for the lion, but I think that these have been underweighing a little bit more than it would be for the lion. Okay, so let's scan it and find out. No, the dolphin costume. Okay. All right, that's going to be a no. That was way under. Wait, no, that was overweight. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so, and I thought it could have been because of these pieces. But that is going to be a no. Let's complete that prediction. We've been pretty good. I've been pretty good with these so far, but that is going to be a no. Lel Bunny getting all of the hams. Bahamut going for yes with guess. Seal and Mortar and Shield of Hope going for yes with die roll. Kinshir going for yes with weight. But I got it wrong. Let's go with the shades. There we go. And actually, let's put her to the side so that we can have the clam. There we go. And we get a spare 1x1 gem piece in pearlescent light blue. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our dolphin. And the clam, kind of surprised that we actually got a clam with this run, just because this is a pretty old piece. This comes all the way from Scala, Belleville, probably maybe Scala too. I don't know. It's a very happy dolphin costume. She also has a second face there for just a little bit of a smile. Slight smile. Incidentally, the when closed, I believe, yeah, the clam can be held in a minifig hand. All right. Zoom back on out. Let's mark that one down. That is our second dolphin. All right, so the only ones that we're out of are the koala. We've gotten only one of the parrot, one of the monkey. Yeah, everything else we've gotten 2 of, except for the Dalmatian. We have not gotten any of that one. Yes, the minifig can clamp on. You are correct. All right, but that is going to wrap us up for tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for some more Dragon Quest VII. We'll be back on next Wednesday and Friday to continue our Minas Tirith build. So I hope you guys will come on out for that. I have no idea where I will put the parts of the Minas Tirith while I am building them. But that is a problem for future me to discover, to solve. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. And I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.